I think we are live. Just gonna make a check real fast. Yep, I think I should be audible. Yes, I am audible. I can hear myself in the background. I am gonna share the link real fast with all our good members of the server. And a very warm hello and welcome everyone. A very warm welcome to everyone to the Habit Theory Racing League. This is race 12 around Sin City, Las Vegas. We have Vyom in the AlphaTauri, who is going to be the first of the cars to set a banker lap, and you can just go on and on. You can write audiobooks, podcasts, YouTube scripts, and whatnot. And unfortunately for Vyom, he has left his battery on, so he is going to have a pretty torrid time getting any representative lap in, given he's going to run out of battery probably the moment he's going to box. So he was just doing a sightseer lap, just trying to get a feel for how the track is. We have Ferrari. I see a Haas. And yes, it is going to be just me, and Harsh is also going to box. So I think I see a trend forming here. There's a Ferrari coming up to the line. That is going to be welcome back VFix to THT. He is in the Ferrari, and he is going to be on the mediums. I think he might be one who is going to stay out on track and do a couple of race runs. So I think we can stay on board with him. I am not sure about my corner numbers. There are no corner names for Las Vegas, but VFX starts the lap. Into turn 1 he goes. A nice long turn. And through turns 2, I believe this is a long. The first 2 turns are very long sweeping turns. So turn 2, DRS zone once again. And approaching the braking zone, there's an Alfa Romeo ahead of him. I'm not sure who that might be. That might be a quick killer. But into turn 3, a tricky braking zone. If you get it wrong, you're in the wall. Through turn 4, the Ferrari looks to be planted. This is a very tricky braking zone, and I think there is no rubble right now. Turns 5, 6, and into 7. He is recharging. Hello and welcome Noble Garter to the stream. And once he navigates turn 7, VFX is going to go through the long right-hander of turn 8, which is going to become turn 9 in a moment, which it does. And we go towards turn 10. This is a very tricky section, turn 10, and now we go on to possibly the longest section of straight racetrack in Formula 1. DRS, slipstream, and battery are going to be key here. I think this is classified as turn 11. I'm not entirely sure. But there we have it. Turn VFX on the long straight. This is going to be very interesting to watch how it unfolds here in the main race. Now through turns 12, 13 and 14, the Ferrari driver looks to be in control, and as I say that, he has a little moment there, a little snap. But turn 15 is going to be the last fast left-hander, and VFX in the Carlos Sainz Ferrari is going to come across the line 134.0. He did not use any battery, and I think he was still trying to get to grips with the track, so I don't think it was a particularly representative lap as of now. Bharat also just at the end of sector 1, no, not the end of sector 1. Sector 1 ends a lot later than you would expect. Raman goes provisional pole, but crucially he is only 3 turns ahead of VFX, and by the looks of it, Raman has used battery while VFX has not. So obviously we know VFX, we know how quick he is, and another driver has set a lap time in one of the quickest cars in the grid. And what's he doing here, Pratham? While Archit in the Merc has just gone P1, Pratham is trying to get disqualified. Not sure what he's doing here. But we have Bharat on the long back straight. I see an Alfa Romeo coming up to the line. That is Abhishek. No, that would be Quick Killer. And Quick Killer coming up to the line. We'll be on board with him as he goes P5, the slowest of the cars as of now. But I don't think he's used any battery. Yeah. So we have Hushav on a lap as well. Everybody's on a lap by the looks of it. Even if they boxed early on, they are still going to be making attempts at a proper quali lap. Bharat coming up to the line. There's an AlphaTauri up ahead. I think that's Vyom. I think that's Redstone Derp, who, if conditions are not really accurate, he might join us. And there we go, a 132.897 from Bharat, about almost a second clear of the next driver. That is a very, very good effort by him. We have Vyom on a lap, we have Abhishek on the back straight, and we have Harsh just who started his lap. While VFix, there you go, on the mediums, a 32.3, 5 times faster than Bharat. So imagine what he can do if he gets on the soft tires. That's going to be remarkable to watch. I think, yeah, we have Abhishek who's just about to get to the end of the back straight. He was able to switch over to VFix and over to I think it was Satvik for a bit. Oh, but Abhishek has binned it in that tricky section just before the main straight. And there you go, the perils of Las Vegas. And so has Vyom! Oh, that section is incredibly tricky. And I think we should have another car coming up to that section very soon. The Red Bull, I think the multiple cars, but they're all boxing. I want to see somebody who's on a hot lap. Vyom has just finished. Vyom did finish his lap. He did go faster than Quick Killer, but then again, they are all taking the runoffs, I think, to avoid causing any traffic at turn 1. Satvik ready, about to get to the back straight, getting very awfully close to the wall there, Satvik. And Harsh coming up to the line. What can the Haas driver do? The Haas not necessarily the best car in any capacity, but Harsh is a very good driver and he's plonked this car into P6, a 134.388. While I think Redstone has just improved to a 133.7, that is provisionally P4 for him. While Satvik, let's be on board with him. Let's see where the drivers went wrong during their previous attempts. I think there's a Ferrari or VFX who's just about to box. But Satvik a bit too eager into that corner and he has to really scrub off a lot of speed there. And as a result, he's lost a lot of time and in turn, he's gonna box. So the pit entry is very unique around here. It's a very long entry to the pit lane. And with that, I think we are done for now. Redstone should be boxing this lap, I think. He is recharging, but I assume he's going to box. Harsh has... I think Harsh is also going to box. I don't think he's on a lap. Vyom is out of battery, and that is going to be it for Vyom. Yeah, I think drivers will be looking to get out on track soon. And as I say that, Quick Killer comes out on track. There's a yellow flag for... Is that Vyom? No, that has to be his teammate Redstone, who I think has had a spin coming on to the long back straight. There are too many parts of the track to focus on and me trying to do it alone is going to be a bit of a task for me. I'm going to do my best. Please, I apologize if I make a few mistakes or miss a few moments. However, I shall do my absolute best to provide you with adequate entertainment. Wow, this is going really, really wonky. And through this globe section, I'm not sure what you want to call it. It's a very unique part, a place to hold a venue to hold a race. I'm not sure what that globe is supposed to be, but it is supposed to be the biggest display in the world, a curved display or a spherical display in the world. Nonetheless, we're here for the racing, we're not here for the glitz and glamour, unlike F1 and the FIA. Abhishek is gonna get, no, that is Quick Killer who's gonna get a good tow from Pratham ahead of him if they stay as they are. This particular section, this long back straight is gonna be crucial, but Quick Killer just flies past the Red Bull and the Red Bull does not seem to be too keen to pick up the pace because he's not gonna get any slipstream at this rate. I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but I see drivers once again coming on their out laps. And it's going to be Quick Killer who starts his lap first of the running cars. Hushrav surprisingly has not set a lap time yet, while Quick Killer, the driver ahead of him at the moment, is just about to start his lap. So I think we can toggle between multiple drivers. There are the camera angles, I must say, are not the best around Vegas, but the spectacles around the track are very nice to see as Quick Killer has rear sliding through that section. What about Pratham? And Bharat is disqualified. So is easy. Level bot. What's going on here? Oh, he stopped on track. What about Bharat? I think Bharat was blocking the pit lane as we have an Alpha Tauri of Redstone who's on his outlap, thankfully. Pratham, let's have a look at him. Pratham, this turn is a bit tricky. I must say, I have not driven this track too much. I don't think many of us have. Not a very pleasant track per se. It's just went very long straight, mishmashed together by a couple of corners and a few medium straights as well. Not the particularly best track to have a race around, but I mean, let's wait and find out. We haven't actually ever had a race around here. Pratham onto the back straight, and as he ends sector 2, he is... Never mind, sector 2 timing line is a lot later than I thought it was. Quick Killer is 5 tenths up on his time. That would currently see him improve to around where Vyom is, but in the second sector, Quick Killer is 1.6 up on his time. That would currently see him slot in around where Harsh is. What about Pratham? Pratham is up by just a tenth, so that won't be enough. I think that would just net him a provisional P3 or something, but Quick Killer coming up to the line. What can Quick Killer do in the Alfa Romeo? He can go P6. But what about Pratham? Pratham can go P2. That's a nice, great effort by him there in the Red Bull. It's a bit difficult to focus as we see Abhishek's in the other Alfa Romeo going P3. We know how fast Abhishek is, and he's proving that time and time again. What about VFix though? VFix entering the long back straight, has a bit of a brush with the wall there. I don't think they have loaded in enough downforce here. I mean, agreed, there is a very long back straight around here, but you do have a few corners, and I mean, I think it's justified why drivers are running such low downforce. Maybe, I think they may be running 0-0, as I'm not going to go on board. The onboard engine sounds when the cars are maxed out are pretty abhorrent. As VFX makes a mistake, and is he going to box? Yes, I think he is. I think it was shaping up to be a decent lap until he made that mistake there. He's on the soft tires for the first time in this session, mind you. I think we have Hushra, who's about to... Is he on a lap? Yeah, he is on a lap, but I don't think he's enough battery for the back straight. Well, what about Ramin is also on a lap? So drivers run out of battery very fast around here. That is going to be something very interesting to note during the main race. As I see an Alfa Romeo. Okay, there's too much to follow. It's a very long track also, mind you. This is the Las Vegas Strip. What we've seen across TV shows and movies is where we go racing now. And Rushav's going to be out of battery. That is going to hamper his lap time. Yeah, there you go. He's out of battery. He's going to get a very distant tow from the McLaren of Satvik Reddy ahead of him. Speaking of whom, he's the only driver at the moment who's not set a lap time. And through this tricky section, Satvik Reddy looks to be on a decent lap. He could slot in where Harsh or King Mirul are at the moment. As he crosses the line, he goes exactly ahead of Harsh. While we have a look, somebody's just crossed the line. That is Harsh himself, who's improved to P8. And I see Aston Martin coming up to the line. That has to be Raman, who is boxing. Wow, so much action to follow. Wow, now who should I go on board with? Satvik is on a lap, is he? No, he's recharging. So I don't think Satvik is... Yeah, Satvik's on a slow cooldown lap, or maybe a recharge lap. Vyom is also on a cooldown lap, I believe it is. Yeah, he's on a cooldown, or is he? Seems like he's deploying, but at the same time, it seems like he's not deploying battery. Archit on a lap. On the back straight, he's going to get a little tow from Vyom ahead. So it's going to be crucial. There is no Constructors' Championship in realistic division because the teams change every race. However, it will be interesting to see who is going to help out who, because it is a Drivers' Championship after all at the end of the day. Archit coming up to the line, and he's binned it. That is a violent impact there for the Merc driver. And the Merc was also in our featured image for this week's attendance. Not the best sight to have going about 3.5 minutes into with 3.5 minutes remaining in qualifying. Harsh is recharging his battery. Satvik has invalidated regardless, so he cannot set another lap time on this lap, but he might go for another hot lap. He is going to go into the pits. Well, welcome Caesar, welcome to the lobby. I think drivers are all going to be filing out any moment now. This is going to be very hectic to follow. With just 3 minutes to go, we should see Caesar on an out lap very soon. I think that'll raise the total number of drivers to 17. Bharat and Easy Level Bot should be in the running for the pole position, but they have decided to disqualify themselves for whatever reason, and that has promoted quite a few others into better positions. And welcome Caesar, he's taken the McLaren. And hello Jishnu, nice to see you. Please let us know why you aren't racing tonight. And Mirul is boxing. That's the end of quali for Mirul. He cannot get out in time again, and that's a very interesting way to enter the pit lane. And I think, call it a hunch, call it a assumption or whatever, but I think we're going to see a fair few pit lane speeding penalties. The pit lane here is very, very dangerous. And yeah, look at the top speeds they're achieving even without DRS. Vyom approaching almost 300 kph with ease. I can be quite certain that almost every driver is running either a 2-0, 1-0 or a 0-0 setup. I don't see any of them having a stable rail, and that is going to be very crucial come the main race, because we're going to see drivers struggle left, right and center, and hopefully I hope they don't struggle right now. Pratham is starting his, no, that's not Pratham, that is that is Pratham who's about to start his lap. I see somebody on the main straight, and that probably is Caesar who's just come out of the pits. Yeah, that is Caesar. While we go to Pratham, can Pratham steal provisional pole from VFix's hands? Can the Red Bull displace the Ferrari? We're about to find out. 1.5 minutes to go as Pratham starts his lap. So I can see a little train there in the second, it's the first sector. I don't know my sector numbers around here. But Pratham seems to be much more in control of his car right now, while VFix is in that little train that I was mentioning earlier. And Pratham is about to catch that little train. Little bit of bunching up going on. I see Hoshrav, I think, has just started his lap. Yeah, there you go. Hoshrav just started his lap. Pratham into this tricky section, approaching this globe thing. I'm not sure what to call it. A big circular screen. Yeah, whatever it is not something we're here to focus on. We're here to focus on the Red Bull driver. That is Pratham. Pratham ends sector 1, and he's half a second up on his time. Personal best. That'll see him get pole easily. Redstone just started his lap, and Pratham has gone a bit deep into that corner, but he's gonna get a good run, I believe, down the back straight. No tow from anybody. He's gonna have to depend on his own battery and DRS and engine power to roar through on this back straight, while we see so many others coming up to start their laps. We have 10 seconds left on the clock. I think everybody should get to the line in time with ease. The McLaren of Caesar will be the last car to start his lap, and I think Mirul will not make it. Mirul is behind Pratham, and that is quali over for Mirul. But what about Pratham? Can Pratham displace VFix for pole position here under the lights at Vegas? The first qualifying session around Vegas sees a Red Bull take provisional pole for now. He's up by 4 so he did lose some time in the last sector. VFix himself is on a lap. Well, Redstone's about to enter the back straight, but he's made a mistake and he's hit the wall, and that is it. That's curtains. He's going to be no better than P3. Right behind him is Abhishek, who's going to get a little bit of a tow. I think they might be working in tandem, these two. Hoshrav has deployed all of his battery, and he improves to P4, improves by almost 3/10. Raman coming up to the line. I see an Alpha Tauri of Vyom, and his brother just crossed the line in P4. What can Vyom do? Vyom can go P8. That's not the best quali for him. What about Raman? The Aston Martin is disqualified in terms of easy level bot, and Raman, don't do that in the main race, please. I want to see who else is about to cross the line. That's going to be Redstone, but above all else is going to be Abhishek, who's going to come up to the line. And what's he going to be able to do? It's P3 for Abhishek. And what about VFix? This is make or break for VFix. There's a car ahead of him. I think that's an Alfa Romeo of Basil. Quick Killer. And VFix coming up to the line. Quick Killer, what can he do? Quick Killer will be able to improve to P7, but VFix cannot improve his time, his position. He can improve his time, but that's not going to be enough for him. Harsh is going to back out, while Caesar takes P3 out of nowhere. That's a lovely effort by him there with just one singular lap under his belt. That's a lovely, lovely effort by Caesar there. And Redstone, he could have improved his position. It didn't work out for him. While VFix, I think just at the end, it just didn't work out for him. And it's going to be P2. And Caesar saying P3 with a yellow wing. Caesar, I think that yellow wing helped you reduce some of the downforce on the long back straight. But there you go. VFX's best time was set on the medium tires, mind you. 2/10 behind Pratham, who's taken pole position. Caesar with one singular lap. 8/10 behind the pole sitter in P3 in the McLaren. Abhishek is P4 in the Alfa Romeo. Very good effort by him there. Redstone within a second of the pole sitter in the Alpha Tauri, arguably one of the worst cars on the grid. Hoshrav following suit in one of the worst cars, but with a brilliant qualifying once again in P6. Satvik ready is P7. Quick Killer's P8, Raman P9 in the Aston Martin, and Archit rounds off the top 10. 1.6 seconds down. Vyom, Harsh, Mirul, Shrikant, Basil, Bharat, easy level bot are outside the top 10, and yep, looking forward to the main race. That was a very incident-packed and exciting quali session, and I can't wait for the main race. As we have, I think we're gonna have the formation lap. Pretty sure we are. As we wait for the screen to light up. The track is in the middle of a desert. Don't expect rain. There you go. It's gonna be a dry session as expected. What? If somebody's in the chat, can you please let us know what your predictions are for the top three, or maybe give us a bold prediction for the main race. 9 viewers, hello and welcome everyone. It is very nice to welcome you all for one of the first races around Las Vegas that I'm going to be witnessing. I would also love to drive around here in the league race very soon. I think that should be coming its way, but nonetheless, until then, we shall be looking forward to the main race. So, if somebody can drop the predictions, I think we could see Caesar definitely on the podium and VFix. I'm not sure about the Red Bull. And Wicked Vicky saying it is going to be VFix, Pratham and Redstone Derp. So you don't have any faith in Caesar, it seems. And let's have a look at the tires. What have the drivers put their faith in? They're going to go for VFix has gone for softs. Alright. Quick Killer. Oh, sorry, VFX has gone for softs. Quick Killer has gone for hards. Ram is also on softs. So is Harsh. Everybody else is on medium tires. So we have 13 drivers on the mediums, 3 on the softs, 1 on the hard tire. And Noble Guard predicting a VFX Caesar and possibly Pratham or Abhishek's podium. Oh, that's a safe bet, but I think that's a sensible bet by you, Noble. I think it should work out very well in your favor, as the field is all bunched up and jumbled up. I don't think everybody is in order right now, but I think that's all right, as that was a big snap there. I got a bit worried what happened, but Shrikant and Basil have decided to disqualify themselves. They're going to have cold tires for the race start, and it's not a very good thing when the race start is tilting to the left. Oh, as we have a Alfa Romeo of Quick Killer who's trying to warm his tires, and why? But I think it's formation lap, it should not matter. I think that's for the stewards to decide, and you can beat me predicting Basil on the podium, P15 to a minimum of P3, 12 positions to be gained by Basil. So, Malav, a very bold prediction by you. And Pratham looks very bold right now. He looks to be in control of the formation lap. Well, it's not very difficult to be in control of the formation lap. But let's have a look at how they line up their cars on the start-finish line. And this is a very unique start-finish line because it tilts to the left. I mean, I don't have the exact words right now. It leans to the left, it tilts to the left, whatever it is. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the likes of Bharat, who's somehow ghosted himself, and Pratham's disqualified. VFix is lining up, so is Abhishek's, and Abhishek's disqualified. VFix has lined up, pointing his car a little bit towards Pratham. And what is this little train here? What's going on? There are just about 12 cars right now who are all Linus turns so close to one another. Caesar is in the middle of the pack here. He should be a bit further ahead. Harsh has disqualified himself, and I think Caesar might be the last car to slot into his position on the grid, as we should have the fire lights coming on any moment now ahead of the drivers. This is going to be 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights ahead of the drivers, and it's go, go, go. It looks to be a good start for VFix. Pratham gets a good launch nonetheless. Caesar is right there with VFix and Pratham as they go into turn 1, and there's contact. Multiple cars have made contact, and that is a abhorrent start, and that is an immediate safety car. So many penalties, so many. I think there was even a jump start there, but it has left VFX in the lead, and Caesar made contact with Pratham. Quick Killer is already out. He did not even make it to the first corner. I think You Can Beat Me being in chat has blessed Quick Killer with his in his own special way. But there you go. I can see 6 5-second penalties apiece. Caesar, Vyom, Satvik Reddy, Archit, Basil and Harsh all picking up 5-second penalties. This is unbelievable how the kind of race start we've had. And Yes, you can beat me. Yes, Madam, I know. You've seen that. 25 laps to go, yet unfortunately for Quick Killer, he could not even see the end of the first sector of the very first lap. You have to feel for Quick Killer. That was very painful for him. But despite all this, I think Las Vegas is a hotbed for chaos. As we could very well see at the race start, that was. I don't have words to describe that. Redstone has made up a position. Let's have a look at the position changes as well, as I think we're gonna see quite a few people in the box to get their 5 sec removed. I expect everybody was a 5 sec to get their 5 sec removed. The top 5 have gained 1 position each, all courtesy of Pratham, who's fallen down 15 places and is right now at the back of the pile. Vyom's gained 5 places, that's a neat start for him. Caesar decides to stay out. Alright, he's not gonna serve his 5 sec right now. And neither is Hushrav, neither is Vyom. Satvik is also gonna stay out. Archit is gonna stay out, but Basil looks like he's gonna box, which he does. Alright, that is a pit stop incoming for the Red Bull driver. Shrikant gonna box? Shrikant stays out. Harsh is gonna box, so is Pratham. So both the Red Bulls boxing in tandem. And Basil going on to the hard tires with a front wing change and having to serve his 5 sec penalty. And I think Pratham is gonna be ruining his bad luck here. Wow. So out of 6 drivers who had penalties, only 2 have decided to serve them. Harsh and Basil. And I think Pratham just has a front wing change incoming. So as we start lap 2, we have just one retiree in the form of Quick Killer in the Alfa Romeo, and we have quite a few drivers with penalties. Although interesting to see that Harsh had decided to go from softs to hards, I think. Softs to medium, I think it is. Yes. So Harsh does not need to make another pit stop mandatorily, but I think he might have to. I think should be a bit more lenient around here, as Harsh has the Carlos Sainz Ferrari helmet. Basil is just about to enter the picture here, and that is a nice camera angle for once by the game. There's yellow flag being waved by the marshal there and here, and we should see once. There you go, another marshal waving the yellow flag, as there we go onto the Las Vegas strip. Sin City just isn't made for here, it seems, for some people. Quite a few penalties. And the safety car is the red safety car, the Merc safety car. So it should be faster than the Aston safety car, I do think so. One more lap of running behind the safety car, and I think we should go green flag racing. Quite a shocking start, I must say. I did not expect that many incidents, and one retirement as well, so many penalties. That is quite shocking. But one more lap of safety car at the moment, as VFX is a bit eager to go racing, I think, by the looks of it, and understandably so. He was barely able to race one corner before the safety car came out, as was everybody else. And yeah, the 2 Aston Martins have had a decent start. I think Easy Level Bot from the back of the grid has jumped up to, what is it? Yeah, it's up 6 places. But also great start by Vyom from P11 to P6. Easy Level from P17, last place, to P11. A neat start by him. He's not going to score any points as of right now, but he needs to move up 1 position, which is where King Mirul is right now. Bharat also has gained 7 places. A great start by him. He started 16th, I believe. Yeah, he was disqualified first, and then Easy Level was after him. So Bharat also in a very good position. I think those on the mediums might be in a good position, given the number of safety cars we possibly might see in the race. I think mediums are going to be a good tire to go. If you don't anticipate too many safety cars, then you can possibly go on to the hards. If you can conserve your tires or preserve your tires better, you can go on to the soft tires. But nonetheless, we are yet to see what strategy calls the drivers make, as only 3 drivers have completed their mandatory pit stop as of now: Basil, Harsh and Pratham, the 2 Red Bulls. Just a day after we saw possibly one of the most unlucky strategy calls, as I see somebody's front wing is flailing about. Who is that? Is that the Ferrari of Shrikant Das? It is. Did he run into the back of Archit? I'm not sure. Let's have a look at the race director and incidents tab. It's been 1 lap, guys. Oh, please don't have so many incidents. Shrikant is having a bit of trouble while Satvik has left a very large gap to the car ahead in the form of Raman. Not sure why that was. I saw that in the track mini map. Abhishek also a bit further back, but not as far back as Satvik was. And Satvik is building up a bit of a gap. I'm not sure why he's doing that. He was supposed to stay within the mandatory 10 car lengths as these two are trading places, Redstone and Abhishek. And we're going to have the safety car in this lap. So VFix, it's a very late call. VFix is going to have to navigate and manage it very nicely here if he wants to stay in control of this race. And I'll be on board with Caesar, or maybe I'll be on board with Abhishek. VFix, we know he's very good at restarts. He can be slow, he can be tentative, but he knows how to do a restart. He's gonna probably catch Caesar by surprise. Will he? Abhishek so close to making contact, some position trading further back, but V6 has gone, and he's not necessarily caught Caesar napping Shrikant in the pits. He's jumped up a lot of places, but he's also gonna lose all of them very soon. And a move being made here, Redstone and Hushrav, side by side. These two have a little bit of history, I believe, and they make a little bit of contact, a little kiss there, as you might call it. A yellow flag for Satvik, I think, was at a moment. Redstone himself having a little moment there. And as all the drivers chase after, there's a move coming here in the form of Red Bull and Mercedes of Raman, of Basil and Archit. Archit is going to be powerless to defend the charge of the Red Bull, and Archit slots into P12 for now, but there's some contact. And what's happening here between Pratham and Harsh? Pratham went for a dive there, which I don't think really was necessitated there. Harsh trying to go for the switchback on him. Is it really a switchback as Pratham hits the wall? Drivers are not having a good time. Satvik did have a spin there. He is down in 15th, 5 seconds behind the next car. Has been a pretty shocking restart for him there. As there's a nice battle going on here between Bharat and Raman. I'm having to follow too many people all at once. Bharat, and as we go into the backstage, just look at this train. It is Slipstream Festival around here. This is Slipstream Paradise, as I think you would put it. Harsh and Pratham trade places. They're going to go side by side. No, they're not. The Ferrari is going to pull ahead for the time being. But up ahead, I see Redstone using battery. Husham not using battery. Redstone going for a move down the inside of the Williams driver. And I think he is going to make it stick. Willie for the back. Some more moves being made. Are they? I don't think so. Everybody looks to be as they are. But there you go. That's a neat move by Redstone. Up ahead though, VFix has not been able to shake off Caesar. Caesar has really been on form in this championship, and they are going to trade places once again. Hushrav and Redstone, and further back Bharat and Raman also trading places, and it's going to be Hushrav who comes out on top for now, and Bharat has to let go of a few places, or let go of a few positions. Satvik with the penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Pratham also boxing. I think Pratham picked up some damage in his battle with Harsh. For the back, we see easy level what being overtaken by Harsh. That's Harsh is on the move, and Archit certainly does not look to be in very comfortable right now. He is struggling, while Harsh is really on fire by the looks of it. Easy level bot. Wow, that was a Tokyo drift there. Unfortunately for him, we had Suzuka last week, so I think he's still stuck in Suzuka for the time being, while the other Red Bull of Basil. Yeah, both the Red Bulls are looking very racy. Basil trying to make a move on Bharat. This is for 2 points. Goes a bit hot into that corner there, but still managed to break on time. I think DRS is going to be enabled next lap, and when it is, I can assure you it is going to be crazy. It's going to be unbelievable to follow. While for Raman it was very easy to go into the slipstream and get past Vyom, who is out of battery by the looks of it. And Raman himself doesn't have too much battery, but Vyom going for a dive there down the inside, and that is a very aggressive move there. As we know, it's a signature of Vyom to make aggressive moves, but there you go, he does get the move done. Bharat and Caesar with the fastest lap. Caesar is looking to make a move for the race lead, but he can't at the moment. Let's focus on this little quadruple battle here, 4-car battle. And King Murul going for a dive down the inside on Basil. Basil with the superior traction around the outside, but he can't make it stick. Those hard tires are no match for the mediums at the moment by the looks of it. Red Bull versus Mercedes. Bharat struggling a little bit. Murul trying to chase after Raman, but Vyom making that crucial move. And with DRS, it's easy move for Raman, but Vyom aggressively makes his way past. And he's still in P7 for that, P6 for the timing. He's hanging on by dear life. Hanging on for dear life as Mirul has a massive moment there from what I believe has happened to him. The recent update that we had to the game today has ruined his wheel settings. He had to reconfigure his wheel. But there you go, DRS is enabled, and I think this is going to be a very straightforward pass for the lead. For Caesar, he has lesser battery than VFix at the moment, but there you go, the wing should be open any moment now. Yep, there you go, the wing is open. And for the lead of the race, Mercurial Caesar on the back of VFix, switches to the left hand side and makes the move. VFix is absolutely powerless to defend that. Nothing that he could do there, or maybe just chose to hang back for now. Raman getting past Vyom, and I think Vyom is going to be a sitting target. He's been overtaken by Mirul, can be overtaken by Bharat. Bharat is a bit too far back right now. And Vyom and Mirul make some slight contact. But for now, Mirul is still ahead. Bharat trying to take some aggressive lines to there, trying to get past Vyom. Vyom, I think, is out of battery. Is he boxing? He is boxing. That is pit stop time for Vyom. Khushrav and Abhishek straight places. Khushrav gets past the Alfa Romeo driver. And Khushrav up into P3. That's a very familiar podium. Khushrav, VFix and Caesar at the moment, but VFix on the back of the McLaren, gonna go for a dive down the inside wheelie. He thinks better of it. He's gonna go for a move down the back straight, while Abhishek is gonna go for a move right now wheelie. Khushrav almost, he hits the wall. They do make contact and he loses his front wing end plate, Abhishek. I'm not sure why they were trying to go side by side through that tricky and very tight section there, but it's Abhishek has come off worse. Redstone now right behind the Alfa Romeo driver. For the back, some more moves being made. Harsh on a charge, on a move, trying to get past Archit in the Mercedes. Can't do much right now. Basil has a 3-sec penalty for corner cutting. So that is, I think, the first legitimate penalty we've seen. I'm sorry, the first track limit penalty we've seen. The legitimacy will be reviewed a bit later on. Forgive my words. Right now, I'm a bit uncertain about what I'm trying to say, as I'm very confused. There's too many battles to follow. Harsh getting past Archit, VFix getting past Caesar. Are these two going to be trading places like this lap after lap? Because Abhishek's on the back of Khushrav. Is he going to go for a dive here? I think he might. He will not. Unlike Vyom, Abhishek holds off on, hangs on for now. Redstone still hanging on to P5. Raman's right behind him, chasing on very quickly. Archit gets a penalty for a collision with Harsh. And Harsh has been spun. I think that was very problematic between the two of them, and Abhishek has boxed. Abhishek has boxed, so has Khushrav. These two taking their battle to the pit lane. Let's have a look at where they'll come out. Redstone's promoted into P3. So effectively, Caesar and VFX are helping each other out. They're giving each other DRS and effectively pulling themselves away from the rest of the field. This is, I mean, we've seen it in real life from Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris, and this is the exact same cars as well. Yellow T-cam, and I think he has the Ferrari helmet as well. VFX, does he? No, he does not. But I think both of them are in the yellow T-cam cars. Yes, it is Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. The car Lando with Caesar, whatever you want to call it, as the amalgamation of their names. They're helping each other pull away from the rest of the field, and it's really working out for them. Redstone is going to be gobbled up down the back straight by Raman, and I think by Bharat as well. Redstone needs a good entry onto the back straight, and by the looks of it, he has done so. Everybody in tandem until Mirror getting a nice run onto the back straight. And Raman, what about Caesar? Will Caesar make a move? I think Caesar is going to go for it. VFX is not going to defend it sensibly, so they are going to be... They pulled off, I think, about 2 seconds in 1 lap from Redstone. That is unbelievable. Khushrav and Abhishek, meanwhile, have emerged in P11 and P12, and behind them is Shrikant Das, who had a pretty torrid restart. He went into the pits, if you remember. And Khushrav now chasing after Pratham. He does not have DRS, while Abhishek does. He does. Up ahead, once again, VFX and Caesar, they're going to hold station for now. Raman could not get past Redstone. I see no more moves being made. Bharat and Mirul, I think, were very close, but Bharat hangs on to P5 for now. It's a decent race for Bharat right now. I think he will be looking to make his pit stop very soon. We are almost at half race distance in about 3 laps time. As Harsh is in the pits once again. Why? Why is Harsh in the pits? Is he going to go for a set of hard tires, or does he have... He has a front wing change, Harsh. There's hard tires going on to the Haas car. Satvik and Archit are on the soft tires. Bold strategy by them there. As Raman getting very close to Redstone. Raman is getting a bit impatient, I feel, stuck behind the AlphaTauri. Redstone's clawed back a little bit of time on VFX and Caesar. I think VFX might be looking to box around about this lap, because it's going to be lap 10 once he crosses the line, and after that he's going to have just 5 laps to go, 15 laps to traverse on those mediums, and by the looks of it, the mediums look very good. I don't think they're really helping each other out per se. They may not be in the same party, but they're really doing each other very big favors by pulling away from the rest of the field. Raman is going to go for a move. He's not going to use any battery, sensibly so. Mirul also trying to make a move on Bharat. Will Redstone fight it? Redstone will fight it with Raman, and there is a little bit of contact. Bharat, I think, had to take some evasive action there. The cinematic camera is very bad around here. I think I should switch to TV pod for some angles, while Mirul gets past Bharat, and Bharat is now relegated further back, while Abhishek gets past Hoshrav. Crucially in their battle, are they going to lose time? Are they going to gain time on those ahead of them? I think those ahead are banking on a safety car. I'm not sure what the pit lane delta is around here, how much time you lose in the pit lane, but I don't think it's going to matter for VFX or Redstone, because they are really just pulling away. 10.5 seconds. Raman cannot make the move on Redstone. I think Raman's not able to get the power down early enough. He loses out while putting the power down. Yeah, there you go. I think there's the traction model. The traction, I think, for Raman is full traction. And Sharat saying that it's very interesting as Redstone makes a mistake. I believe that was, he went a bit off track there, and Satvik has retired in the pit lane. All right, so that should be okay. As once again, this is round 4 or 5, I believe, for Caesar and VFX. This is an crazy battle. This was the lead. They are just trading places sensibly, so they're not troubling each other, harassing each other too much, as the retired McLaren will obviously come out onto the track, because of why should a retired car stay in the pit lanes. VFX moving out the way, is it? And VFX, he did not lift there. Caesar just had the straight line speed. Raman trying to make a move on the AlphaTauri. Redstone's gonna go to the inside, and Raman just doesn't have any battery or straight line speed at the moment, and Redstone's gonna stay ahead for now, for the time being. But Redstone does not have a very good run out of this tricky section, and Raman's gonna go for a move down the inside. I hope neither of them are boxing. I sincerely hope so. That is an incident we've seen happen way too many times. And who has DRS? I think neither of them have DRS down the main straight. While further back, Bharat and Mirul very close. Bharat mounts the curbing there, loses a bit of time. While these two, Hoshrav and Abhishek, they are having a brilliant battle, while Pratham has a faster lap. I did not remember that really, to be very honest. Hoshrav chasing after the Alfa Romeo, not really having a very good time, stuck behind him there. VFX and Caesar for round 5, or is it round 6? I'm going to be making 2 guesses every time. Bharat and Mirul. Bharat should not be trying to make a move at anywhere other than the back straight, while Redstone, I think, is going to be able to make a move down the back straight, because Raman doesn't have enough battery at the moment, as we can see from his dash. And this time VFX is a second behind Caesar. Caesar has much less battery as compared to VFX. VFX is using some battery. He also has DRS, while Redstone mounts a charge. A yellow flag for a Ferrari of Shrikant, is it? Did Shrikant make a mistake? What happened? Did Harsh make a mistake? There was a yellow flag. I think Shrikant had a little spin there, but VFX could not get past, while Redstone definitely and certainly can get past the Aston Martin driver. Bharat and Mirul are going to be side by side. Bharat is going to be ahead of the Mercedes driver as they go towards this tricky section. Raman this time having to be on the back foot through this tricky section. Mirul, I think, kissed the wall, but the romance ended there. No contact, no damage for him. Easy level bot lets Pratham go. Pratham is on fresher tires. Easy level bot has to make a pit stop. And the field is very spaced out, and as I say that, he makes a pit stop. Easy level bot, I think, is going to go onto the hard tires, no doubt about it. Abhishek and Hoshrav, and easy level picks up a penalty. Why? Crucially, I just remembered this. Caesar will have to serve a 5 sec once he gets into the pits. He will lose out to VFX. VFX is managing to hold on, hang on to dear life here. He is falling out of DRS range, but as you can see that he is using some battery. He wants to stay within DRS. And Raman makes a mistake through this tricky section, but he still manages to stay within touching distance of Redstone. Bharat is right there. There's a there are races going on all over the field, little individual races. VFX has lost out to Caesar, and I'm pretty sure VFX is going to be boxing this lap. There's no reason for him to stay out this long on the soft tires and still carry on as he is. So I think VFX is going to take this opportunity to box. These people are at the end of the straight while these people have just started it. This is unbelievable. Basil on the back of Mirul on those hard tires. Basil still has a chance despite his 3-sec penalty, and he's gonna get past Mirul with ease, and he just flies past Basil. He's on a roll, but can he maintain that momentum till the end of the race? VFX pits as I assumed he would, and he's gonna go into the mediums, no doubt about it. There you go. So he's done 12 laps on the softs, and he's gonna do the remaining 13 on the mediums. That's a smart strategy by him there. And where is VFX gonna come out? What about Abhishek and Hushrav? And speaking of whom, this is the battle for P9 at the moment, but Hushrav's gonna go for a dive down the inside. I think there was a little bit of avoiding action that Abhishek had to take. Abhishek, he did repair his front wing. I think both of them had some front wing damage. I think that's lost them quite a bit of time because there is now 7 seconds between him. Oh, Archit is retired. He's crashed. That could be that's a VSC. All right. So that is not going to be enough for Caesar, I think, because the VSC might be in by the time the VSC. By the time the VSC is called in, Caesar will. I don't think he'll be able to get to the pit lane in time. While Harsh has decided to box, I think he and Archit may have made contact. Harsh goes onto a set of fresh medium tires, sensibly so. Caesar trying to speed down the back straight, he really can't. Raman, I think he's also going to take this opportunity to box. I know it's been upgraded to a full safety car, so we don't usually see this, but the VSC has been upgraded to a full course safety car. There's going to be yellow flags all around. This is going to be a godsend for Caesar because he is going to gain so much time. So is Raman, and Redstone also boxed in all this. I did not see that. Caesar will get his 5-sec removed and be able to come out in the lead, I believe. That is how powerful the safety car is going to be here. But Caesar, why were you speeding? While you already have a 5-sec penalty, Caesar has shot himself in the foot once again. A 5-sec penalty to serve and a new 5-sec penalty to be added to his time. Caesar, what are you doing, man? VFX is gonna come out, and is he gonna be in the lead? Is Caesar gonna be in the lead? I think it's gonna be close, but VFX, I think, has done enough to hold on. The pit exit around Vegas pit lane is not very long around here. Raman goes onto mediums, Basil goes onto the soft tires, so he saw what VFX did. And why is the Red Bull being held there? It's because of a glitch. Alright. Hushrav boxing for a set of mediums, is it? Abhishek's also onto a set of mediums. Where are they gonna come out in regards to one another? I think Abhishek is gonna be behind. Is he behind Hushrav? He is. So the field has been shuffled up, the order has been shuffled up a little bit here as Hushrav and Mirul. Now Hushrav crucially has a car between himself and Abhishek. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But it has been perfect for VFX. He did not get to stop behind the safety car, but he still managed to gain an advantage on his rival. And now I think it's smooth sailing for VFX, provided he can keep it on track and facing the right way. Nothing can really stop VFX here. He has the pace, he has the car as well. I think this is game on for VFX. 3 retirees in this race, Archit, Satvik Reddy and Quick Killer. And people in the chat are very happy to see so much action. I am as well. I'm not very happy with how lap 1 unfolded, but I think it should be pretty good. And position trading between Abhishek and Mirul. Not sure what's going on there. Abhishek is in P10 still. There's one car between himself and Hushrav. Let's see how that pans out for them. Hushrav also has Redstone ahead of him. Redstone is no slouch, as we know. On those hard tires though, it's going to be a bit difficult for him to maintain pace with the medium runners. The mediums are holding on very well, as we saw on Caesar's car and Caesar's Palace as well. I think that's the casino around Vegas. Interesting. Vyom on the back of Basil and somebody in the box. Who is that? That's Caesar. He's boxing. And he's gonna lose a lot of places. Does he have enough faith in his setup, in his pace, that he is making another pit stop, getting his 5 sec out the way, and he's boxing onto a set of hard tires? Raman's left the session. I'm gonna send him an invite in just a moment. While Mirul has gone on to soft tires. I'm not sure why Caesar went on to the hard tires. He could have gone on to the soft tires. I'm gonna send Raman an invite real fast so that he can rejoin in time for the restart. I cannot send you an invite. Raman, please join back with the previous invite. I cannot send you a new one. Yeah, Caesar. I won't necessarily call it questionable. If he has very high tire wear, hards might be the way to go. But then again, I think, yeah, Raman just joined back. Welcome back, Raman. And yeah, there you go. Raman is here. So all this has promoted Raman and Bharat into a very good position. Basil has the 3 sec to contend with, but as we saw, if you can help each other in the way that Lando and Carlos did in yesterday's real life Singapore Grand Prix, I think it'll really work out for you. If Basil can get past Bharat and Raman at the earliest possible, what's happened here to Vyom? Vyom made contact with Basil, and now there's a 5 sec penalty looming over his head. So only 2 drivers with penalties at the moment, a 5 sec for Vyom and a 3 sec for Basil. I think we should have the safety car in this lap, and once we go across the line, we will have 10 laps of racing action in front of us, awaiting us. Anything could still happen. Anybody could still win the race. I'm going to pull up the tire situation, as we have only Vyom who has decided to not box again. Everybody else has decided to. He's on fresh tires. Vyom has a scrubbed set, a little older set. How will he be able to fare against those around him, those ahead of him? Let's wait and find out. I'll be on board with Bharat, who has been looking very feisty. From P16 he's jumped up to P3, while VFix has jumped up. He's jumped up from, I think he started P2, was it? Let's find out in a moment, as VFX is taking tentative, and he has gone. That's a good restart for VFX. Raman did not get the best launch there. And look at this further back. Basil, Vyom and Bharat all going into turn 1 side by side. Vyom is going to be ahead. Hushra following his brother in tandem. Basil trying to make a move on the outside on Bharat. Bharat cuts across rather. And Basil using battery to get past. It's going to be an easy move for the Red Bull. What about the two brothers here? I think Hushraf is going to get past his brother at this turn. He does. While Redstone further behind him, Abhishek and Pratham having to take some avoiding action. I think Redstone had to slow down a fair bit. Vyom is going to act as a stopgap here, but Vyom hits the wall. Oh no, as Vyom has to take the escape road here, and he should join back a bit carefully as he almost comes into the path of Abhishek's there. And something happened to Pratham. Somebody's retired. That is another safety car, is it? That's a safety car. All right. So Harsh is out. That was some very... I don't get why the cinematic camera is so bad. I see a Haas without a front wing. Did Harsh retire on track? Yeah, Harsh retired on track. What? Why has he just retired on track, Harsh? But Pratham without a front wing. Caesar has another fighting chance right now. He can go back onto the medium tires. And Caesar also has no front wings. So people have no front wings, and neither did Harsh, but I'm not sure why Harsh decided to retire on track. That warrants a very serious penalty. Caesar trying to fly past the Aston Martin there. VFix stays out. I think most people will stay out. At most, I think Vyom is going to box, and he does. Sensibly so. He's been thrown another lifeline here. Shrikant also boxing. Mirul staying out. Easy Level staying out. Caesar's boxing, and I think Pratham will as well. Yeah. So a lot of chaos unfolding at the restart there at the globe section. And Shrikant onto the soft tires. Caesar onto the soft tires as well with a front wing change. Vyom is gonna change onto the soft tires as well. I believe it is. It is. Yeah, no front wing change for Vyom. And Pratham is also on the softs. So 4 drivers on the soft tires. Once, I think, once you cross the line on this lap, we should have 8 laps of racing. Yeah, 8 laps of racing. We do count the lap we are on as well. So, a very entertaining race, I must say. It's been very enjoyable. It's been very difficult for me to try to follow everybody at once, but yeah, in the end, it is Vifix who's still on top as of right now. Basil has made 2 stops, Hoshav's made two stops, so has Abhishek's, Mirul, Easy Level Bot, Vyom, and those behind Vyom, Shrikant and Caesar have made 3 stops, while Pratham has made 4 pit stops in this race. He is giving the Red Bull crew a lot to work for, but he is still from pole position down to P13. And Noble saying that Harsh was just done with this race, he had a few moments, so he just gave up. I mean, I can understand feeling frustrated, but it still should not retire on track because that brought out the safety car and it is going to affect positions and such. And I mean, it's basic league racing speak per se. You retire by crashing out is fine, but you can't retire on track no matter how frustrated you may be. If you're frustrated, you can retire on track and sorry, you can't retire on track, you can retire in the pit lane. But yeah, I think Harsh, maybe he'll explain all that to the stewards. I'm just a commentator here. I'm here to provide us with some valuable insight, which I am myself trying to figure out what insights I can provide right now. I'm interested to see what Bharat and Redstone can do. Yeah, getting back to the race here at hand, a little bit of bunching up going on. Caesar had to take avoiding action behind Shrikant there. I think these 4 will be very interesting to see. Vyom, Shrikant, Caesar and Pratham. Mirul is also in a decent position while I'm going to take this moment to drink a little bit of water. I would also remind everybody in chat to stay hydrated. Please hydrate yourselves while we wait for the safety car restart to occur. Yes. Stay hydrated. Especially in the middle of a desert, I hope the drivers are keeping themselves hydrated. The car's temperatures with the night sky, it should be pretty low. I don't think tire temperatures are really cause for concern here at Vegas. I just hope that it's not as grueling as Singapore per se. Singapore is a very technical and tricky track to navigate. But as we wait for the safety car restart, which I believe we should have on this lap, we will have 7 laps of racing to go once VFX crosses the line. Raman did not get the best of restarts last time round. What can the Aston Martin do? In real life, Aston Martin has kind of fallen back from their early season highs. They have really become more of a P8, P9 team at the moment, while McLaren have really stepped it up. So I think that performance is reflected in game as well. Although the drivers have done a very good job, all the drivers. Raman and Easy Level are both in the points. Caesar is outside the points right now, but he has some really good pace. And I shall go on board with Basil this time. He's on the soft tires, he's in a very good position, and the safety car is in this lap. I assume VFX had to pull out of the way there. I think the safety car call came at it was a very poorly timed safety car. And there you go, you can see how much backing up they're having to do. VFX is weaving around, warming up his tires, or so it may seem. Is he trying to rattle Raman once again, like he did on the last time at the last restart? Basil eager to restart the race. VFX has bolted. Raman gets a much better reaction this time round, and Basil can't really make the attack here. Bharat is still further back while Hushrav is going to go for a move down the inside. That's a very aggressive move there, very akin to his brother. And Redstone and Bharat make some contact there. Abhishek is going to get the best view of all this. Bharat goes very wide through that section. He lost, I think, some rear grip there. While Redstone trying to make a move with the help of battery. Mirror trying to get past Abhishek's further back. I see Vyom has got past Easy Level Bot. We'll get back to that in a bit. Redstone gets past Bharat. Bharat is losing places. Vyom is getting past Mirul. Vyom is on a charge just like his brother is. And he's passed, but Mirul goes for a dive. And he's had a little half spin there, but he keeps it under control. Drivers up and down the field are struggling to keep their cars under control. And I think drivers are really enjoying saving themselves there, because I think Easy Level but also had a very big slide through that corner. But up ahead, look at this. Basil on the back of Raman. Raman had a snap there, and Basil himself swipes out and tries to make a move. A yellow flag for Mirul. I think he's had a spin. Oh no! So has Caesar. This is going from bad to worse for Caesar. And Caesar, क्या कर रहे हो भाई? Basil getting past Raman, but the Aston driver still right there. But he can't make the move. Basil is past. Has a little snap. Has to snap once again. He's very eager on the throttle there. Vyom and Bharat has spun. That's another free position for all those behind him. And why do you reset on track, guys? First Caesar and then Bharat. Just spin your car around. No, don't spin around. Hushrav. It's gone from bad to worse for Hushrav, I think. At the moment right now, Caesar has retired from the session. Shrikant and Hushrav side by side. The championship leader Hushrav as well, mind you. His nearest rival was out before we even completed a single turn. And Shrikant and Hushrav, they're gonna go side by side. That's some good respect between the both of them. I think Hushrav just doesn't have the tire temps right now. Bharat is in a no man's land. So is Mirul. They are currently outside the points, but it'll just take one mistake from two drivers ahead of them to plonk them into the points. And let's have a look. Quite a few moves being made. Hushrav and Abhishek might have made contact, but that is speculation. I'm not sure what's happened here. Vyom is now behind Redstone and eager to make a move. And I think Redstone is going to be smart. He's going to use all his years of experience and let Vyom by. He is his teammate for tonight though, Vyom. And although I think Redstone is trying to cause a bit of hassle to Vyom, trying to let Basil, Raman and VFix by. Speaking of, Basil is fast. He does have a 3-sec penalty and VFix does look much more comfortable in his car at the moment. As you can see there, he's squirming around Basil. I did not really expect him to make the move there, as Easy Level Bot has had a moment. Pratham and Easy Level Bot, and there's a VSC, there's a VSC. Redstone I think has had a moment as well, has he? He's boxing regardless. He has an entirely intact front wing, while Pratham just cut across the pit entry there. So many moves being incidents being caught on the live stream here tonight. And Pratham, Redstone and Easy Level Bot boxing, all of them are going to go onto the softs. I have no doubt about that. Redstone onto the mediums, is it? It is mediums. Oh, Redstone onto the medium tires. And with a change of front wing, Easy Level onto the soft tires. So is Pratham, and Redstone will be ahead of Pratham. And the VSC should be in any moment now. And as we know, we cannot rely on the VSC restarts to not provide us with any action, because we have seen drivers get drive-throughs right at the death here, and with just 4 laps to go as we cross the line, the VSC will be in. And if the drivers get the VSC ending message at the wrong time, the delta will spike and they might get a drive-through. I sincerely hope for everybody's sake that none of them do, but I'm just gonna pull the stab up for my own sake. And the VSC should be in any moment now. DRS enabled. Nobody gets a drive-through. I'm so happy for everyone. VFix on the back of Basil. Basil, what can he do? Basil is on those soft tires, but they are aging, and they will reach the end of their usable life cycle very soon. Abhishek and VFX getting past Basil. These two are very good friends, but there's no friendships on track. It's only pure racing. Abhishek and Vyom getting a bit out of shape there. Abhishek trying to get into the slipstream. Raman's in a world of his own here. VFX trying to go for a move into turn 1. He will not. Abhishek sticking behind Vyom for the time being. Shrikant and Hushrav. Shrikant is going to go for a move into turn 1. Will he? He decides against it. Hushrav has to compromise his entry into that corner. Redstone is behind Pratham on those mediums. He could have gone on to soft, so maybe he just doesn't have a set of soft tires available to himself. But yeah, this is a heated battle here. 4 laps to go in this race. And VFX chasing after Basil. VFX is losing some time, but he gains it all in this back straight. And yeah, He's using a lot less battery compared to Basil. Abhishek on the back of Vyom. Abhishek needs to stay in control of his car, and yeah, if he wants to hold on to his position. And once again, Abhishek and Khosrow Linus turn, not necessarily, but they're P5 and P6 once again. If Khosrow manages to catch up, they will engage in battle once again. While up ahead with DRS, it is going to be smooth sailing. It's going to be an easy move for VFX on Basil, and he's past the Red Bull driver Raman. He has DRS Raman, but he just can't get close enough. Abhishek and Vyom, Shrikant and Khosrow. Shrikant getting past Khosrow. He is really harassing the Williams driver here tonight. Redstone on the back of Pratham. Can he make the move on the Red Bull driver? One Red Bull driver was already overtaken on this straight just a few moments ago. And as we go into turn 1, I think Basil is trying to go for a move, but he can't. Redstone does get past, and Mirul has made a massive mistake going into the runoff there. And I think he is just going to be okay for now. That's a massive mistake by Mirul. But lucky for him, there was a big, massive gap behind him to Redstone. And yeah, he's managed to hold on to P8. Although his tires will not be really happy right now. Basil is giving VFX a very hard time. Redstone with the fastest lap. Raman is falling back. Vyom on the back of Abhishek. Vyom is not going to budge. Vyom is going to stay right there. Vyom wants to make a move on the Alfa Romeo driver in the Alpha Tauri. While Khosrow, I think his tires, I think they've recovered from the spin, while Shrikant has a moment here for some reason. Or did he have a quote-unquote moment to let Khosrow go and benefit from his DRS? I think that is what Shrikant decided to do. But whatever has he done there to go into the runoff, break his front wing and lose so many positions? That little excursion has cost him 7 years. Interstellar line there, and as I think he hits the wall again, rejoining the track, and there you go, Mirul right behind him. And Redstone also has a bit of a moment there. I'm not sure why Shrikant shot himself in the foot so badly, but now we have just one battle on track. At the moment, Basil has fallen back by 1.5 seconds. Vyom side by side with Abhishek as they go into turn 1. Abhishek cuts him off, but Vyom is going to try to find a way down the inside. Willie, he decides against it. He's going to wait for the last lap. I believe the last lap is going to be crucial as Abhishek is struggling with the rear end, as you can clearly see there. Abhishek has no grip, while Vyom himself had a little slide there, I think. Basil has caught up once again to VFix. Raman is just chilling. Vyom is past Abhishek, but there you go, his light is blinking. Vyom is almost out of battery. Abhishek has a fair bit of battery. Khosrow is a bit more comfortable, but he's sliding around. Mirul, I think Redstone will harass him as Pratham hits the wall and he's out. 1.5 lap from the end, Pratham is out. And that means only 11 cars are going to finish this race. Shrikant is going to aim for a fastest lap, I think, is he? Yeah, he has enough battery, but I think you also need DRS for the fastest lap. While Basil up front is going to be a threat to VFix on this last lap. While we approach this last lap, this is the penultimate lap of the race. Abhishek and Vyom. This has been a battle for the ages. Abhishek is going to gain some time while Basil is ahead. As we go into the last lap, I do not see how he'll be able to hold off VFix, because VFix is in a much better position right now. And as I say that, he makes a mistake, has the rear end step out there a little bit, but he's still there. He still has DRS, and Redstone gets past Mirul. Mirul is powerless to defend that charge. VFix is out of DRS. Oh, VFix has no DRS, and he needs to deploy his battery, but Basil is struggling to keep control. And yes, Malav, you have given a very good prediction. At the moment, Basil will finish on the podium despite Raman still being there. I think they've done enough. VFX is back within DRS range. Vyom and Abhishek. Vyom decides against it. Was that a firework that I saw going to the sky? Not sure, but Vyom is going to wait for the back straight while Abhishek is going to deploy all his battery and more. VFX This is crucial. This is important for V6 that he gets a good run into the section and he gets DRS down the back straight. This is going to be on the very last lap. Are we going to see a move for the lead of the race? Regardless, if V6 finishes within 3 seconds of Basil, he will finish P1. But we got to the back straight here. V6 is deploying all his batteries. So is Basil. Basil's run out of battery. V6 is about to. There's 8-10 separating them at the start of the straight. Further back, I see Avishad and Vyom very close as well. And look at Basil trying to weave around, trying to snake around, trying to get Slipstream away from V6, but it's inconsequential because V6 gets past very easily. And as we go through the last tricky section for one last time, Basil makes a little mistake, but I think it's going to be enough. V6 is going to hold on. Vyom and Abhishek are going to still stay as they are. Vyom makes a mistake, that's it. V6 has done enough to win the Las Vegas Grand Prix on his return. And he wins. Basil is P2 on the podium. A brilliant prediction by you, Madhav. Raman's P3 after a great drive there. Abhishek is P4. Vyom finishes P5 after that late mistake. Hoshrav is P6 right behind his brother there. Redstone's P7. He pulled out a 3-second gap to Mirul. And easy level button. Bharat is still not over. Anything could happen here. Bharat has made a few mistakes in this section here. I think it's going to be enough for now. Will it? As we go up to the line, Bharat has no battery, but I think he's done just enough to hold on. Redstone's retired in the pit lane, as he would, as I expected him to. And everybody's going to score points. Is Shrikant going to get the fastest lap of the race? It turns out Willie is the last point that he'll get. And he does. That's the fastest lap for Shrikant. So 2 points for Shrikant Das from this race. And 25 laps of Las Vegas has been very, very, very entertaining, I must say. And what a drive by Basil. Basil really pulled out all the stops here. Despite his 3-sec penalty, he made amends for it. And he has finished on the podium. Quite a few people have left the session, but VFix back on top and taking a selfie with the crowd. And there you go. Ferrari on top once again. What do you love to see? A little bit of bias here, but a stellar drive from VFix P2 to P1. You might think it was a boring race, but make no mistake, it just was not. Basil finishes in P2. After the 3-sec penalty, he still managed to hold on. I'm not sure why Raman is down in P10. He's clearly supposed to be in P3. Abhishek is P4 from from P4. Vyom from P11 finishes in P5. Hoshrav, he started 6th and he finished 6th. Mirul started 13th and finished 7th. Bharat 16th and finished 8th. He made up 8 places and halved his starting position. Easy level bot 17th to P9 and Shrikant from 14th to P10 with the fastest lap. Our non-finishers were Redstone Derp, Pratham, Mercurial Caesar, Harsh, Archit, Satvik Reddy and Quick Killer. And with that, I'm going to run through this real fast. The incidents tab, I think we'll have a lot of incidents. But yeah, Redstone retiring right at the end there. I'm going to invite VFix, Basil and Raman to the party real fast. I do want to hear from them right now, because that was a very, very good race. I must say, that was quite entertaining. I cannot find Raman. I can't find Basil there. I'll request VFix to invite him. But yeah, that's it. A brilliant race here under the lights at Las Vegas. Sin City is just made for some people, and tonight it was VFix's day. I think we should have the top 3 join in very soon. I shall try to find VFix Basil in the moment. I can't seem to invite him. We're still waiting on people to join the party. Yeah, I don't think I have Basil added to the to this PlayStation account. So, regardless, we are gonna wait a moment as Raman joins the party, and quite a few. And Raman will not be joining us. Oh no,
Yeah,
never mind.
I
He
just
has
joined.
joined us.
I-
He's
yeah.
just joined. He just said he won't be able to join, so I just saw that message. No worries. We'll start off with you, VFix. hi, firstly, congratulations on the win. Well done.
Yo.
And I would just request you to add Basil to the party. I do not have him added on PSN on this account. So you can just do that while I start talking with Raman. Raman,
Yeah, hi.
a good race by you. P3 at the end, you just weren't able to hold on to this top two. But walk us through your race. At one point, it seemed like you would be slotting into a P6 or a P5 finish, but you pulled out a P3 right at the end there. Let us know how it was.
Yeah, I honestly thought I wouldn't be able to race. I just got back like 2 minutes before it started. So yeah, I hadn't raced this track in like 3 months maybe. So just put whatever setup I had, and then I realized my controller setup has been deleted. So whatever I could remember, I put. Quali was horrible, but I also started on the softs by mistake. I wanted to start on the mediums. That's what I said, but I think I forgot to switch it. But the softs lasted quite well. I think till 12 laps, it was just 50% or something. And by then I had gone up to like P3 or something, and then came out on mediums and pretty much just stayed out of trouble. I don't think I really pulled any moves. There was a bit of I had battles with Viom and Redstone. So other than that, it was pretty clean. And had one incident with Hushta, but I think he apologized for it. So yeah, pretty. At the end, I just did not have the pace with the pace these guys have. So I was very happy just chilling in P3, bringing it home.
Yep. Sometimes bringing it home is the best thing to do, and it really paid dividends for you. P3 podium finish at Vegas. Really well done. Congratulations to you, Raman. Well done. Really well done. Next up, we move on to Basil. Baz, you here?
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Baz. P2 at the end there. What happened? I think you were the only driver with a penalty come the end of the race. But regardless, you were very strong today. Walk us through your race, Baz.
Yeah. I got booted out of the lobby as soon as I joined. So the game retired me in the pits. So I actually started on a balanced setup the whole race. But yeah, no, it was a challenge to come through the field. Obviously, I'm in probably the fastest car, but it was a challenge nevertheless. I got wing damage after the first corner, and then I got damage again behind Dion, and I did a pirouette in one of the corners. It was eventful. But yeah, obviously the speed of the Red Bull just shone through, I guess.
And you have a new fan in the form of Malav, who predicted you would finish on the podium from the back of the grid, and that's exactly what you did.
He's always been my fan.
Yep.
Shout out Malav.
Yep. There you go. Congratulations, Malav, on the shout out. But Baz, really, really well done. You had very good composure today, and on the soft tires to hold on the soft tires, and with the balance setup, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really well done. Very well done. Congrats to you. And now we move on to BFix. Firstly,
Hello.
Welcome back. Secondly, How was it today? I can swear I saw you and Caesar trade places about 8 times over the course of 8 or 9, about 9 laps. Were you working in tandem, and towards the end, you and Baz were also doing something very similar? Just how was your race, and how is the Vegas circuit to drive at?
Yeah, first of all, very happy to be back. Shout out to all the league admins, and coming on to the race, this track should never be used for league racing. I don't know if you saw like at the end, I think I was like 9 tenths behind Basil or something.
Yeah.
And then the very skillful art of holding down the accelerator button with DRS and gaining nearly a second, more than a second actually, because I even took the corner properly in the end. And Basil was gaining 6 to 7 tenths on me at one point, and I know that he was running the default setup. I was running 10-7 wings. So the amount of skill required to drive this track is just absolutely insane. There's no tire wear. Your car hardly steps out. It's just a game of chicken as to who's gonna be second or third. The last car in the pack going into the last lap will always win this race. So if any other future leagues, never use this track. But coming on to the actual race, I mean, I was doing my best Ferrari impersonation in qualifying. I forgot to change my soft tires from the ones I abandoned on my last run. so I never did any laps, and there was nothing tactical going on with Caesar. I just realized there's no point of like pushing unless you're like 1.5 seconds ahead on that straight. You will lose the lead. So you know, just magnificent. I look forward to when Max Verstappen wins this race by 50 seconds in real life. After seeing what this game interprets the following in Vegas to be. But yeah, just happy to be back in THTRL. Happy to be back in my median position in THTRL. And yeah, I think this is like my 20th like win here or something. So, and thank you to Yash for giving me this Ferrari because I was not willing to drive the Alpha Tauri today.
Yep, definitely. This is I think the best way for you to welcome yourself back to the league, and I think it might be, I think it could be possibly your 20th or so win, but definitely I must say a very good job by you. Despite how troubling you made it sound, you really did stay there at the end, stay in front at the end, and you did make it work. Very, very well done to you. Congratulations. And I think, I think with that we will close it here. I thank everybody who dropped a message in chat, all those who are watching the stream, and all the drivers for participating in this race. The future of Vegas in league racing might be uncertain, but we are very certain that this race will be remembered for quite a while. But yeah, until next week, thank you. This is Chip Shima signing off. Take care. Thank you. Good night and bye bye.